Welcome in today. I wanted to hop on here and give a brief introduction to the Capital Avalanche strategy. First and foremost, got the black nails on. My wife and I were Beetlejuice and Lydia for Halloween. It was a great costume. My wife goes all out for it. She just loves it. A lot of fun, but have yet to get the nail polish remover to get this out. Forgive it for the video. The Capital Avalanche strategy is really an amazing tool. It comes from a strategy that's been around for a few decades. Typically, it's only been available to those who have an ultra high net worth. The starting point is usually about $5 to $10 million of net worth before you can utilize this strategy. And what it's called for them is premium finance life insurance. And all that means is that you're financing the premiums for the life insurance policy, at least a portion of the premiums. So in a typical premium finance policy, the individual or the client, the insured, is going to put in, we'll call it $1 million premium. $100,000 is going to come from the insured. $900,000 is going to come from the bank. And it's typically on a 10-year schedule. That means the policy is going to be funded for 10 years at $1 million. $1 million of that over the 10 years is going to come from the insured. $9 million of that is going to come from the bank or the lending institution. The benefit of that is that you're able to build this insurance policy, this cash value insurance policy, without having to use all of your own dollars, right? So you save liquidity, but in addition to that, as we let the policy mature and grow, there's going to be a spread between what we pay on the bank loan and what we earn in the insurance policy. And this spread is actually what can help produce a pretty significant stream of tax-free income. And then eventually it's going to produce also a tax-free death benefit for beneficiaries. So not only is there a death benefit for beneficiaries, but there's also living benefits and significant living benefits for the insured. The Capital Avalanche strategy is a way to offer this kind of, financing or premium financing really to anyone that makes more than about $100,000 a year. And the way that it works is instead of using leverage right off the bat, the insured is actually going to fund at least the entirety of the first year's premium and maybe another premium or two after that. Typically, we see, if it's somebody that's higher net worth, that has plenty of liquidity, they might go for just a 1-year funding on their own. Other people, it's better to split it into 2 years to build the equity in the policy before using the leverage. The minimum on this is going to typically be about $100,000 before we start implementing the leverage. $100,000 once, or maybe $50,000 for 2 years in a row. And then once we get the policy to a point where we have enough equity in the policy, enough cash value in the policy where we feel good about it, then we can start using leverage to start funding the policy in perpetuity. So we're going to fund, let's say I fund 1 year at $100,000, and then in year 2, I'm going to get a loan to start funding that policy at $100,000 a year. Now, when I fund that policy with $100K from the leverage, that's going to generate additional cash value. So over 2 years of funding, right, $100K from me, $100K from the bank, there's going to be about $170,000 of total cash value in there. Plenty enough to cover the collateral for the loan. That's $100,000. So we continue to do this. And like I said, over time, just like in the traditional premium financing, you're going to get a spread between what you're paying to the bank and what you're earning in the insurance policy. And by doing that, you create a bigger and bigger net equity in the policy. And by doing that, once we get to a place where we feel comfortable with it, typically it depends on how many years you fund. Typically, if somebody funds 2 or 3 years on their own, they could start taking income by year 6 or 7. If they're only funding 1 year, it's probably better to wait till year 12 or 13 to start taking income. But at any rate, there's going to be a significant stream of tax-free income from it. And not only that, but we're accelerating the returns on your dollars because of the leverage, right? It's the same principles of leverage. Is the same reason you would go out and use leverage to purchase real estate, because instead of using your own dollars, you're using somebody else's, and the equity in the property that you purchased is growing, and the bank doesn't share in the equity, right? You get all of the equity. It's the same thing with this insurance policy. The bank's not going to collect the equity in the policy. They want enough collateral inside the policy to cover the loan at any point, which is a given, but anything on top of that, that's 100% yours. It's a great way to create significant tax-free income. It's a great way to bring down your tax bracket in retirement, and it's a great way to offer some sort of legacy for that you're leaving behind. But the bigger point to the Capital Avalanche strategy is creating a stream of tax-free income that, by the way, it's not a level stream of income. Typically, it's going to be building, and it builds significantly. So if in year 12, I'm going to start taking out $15,000, then in year 13, I can take out 18. And then in year 14, I can take out 21. And the reason why that income builds is because as long as the spread is there, I'm going to continue to fund the policy. We have webinars on this. Go ahead and check my page, or you can go to moneyinsightsgroup.com and there's webinars for the Capital Avalanche strategies and the investment optimizer. Go ahead and like this and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Click the link in the description, video description, or in my bio if you're looking to learn more, schedule a call, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.